My husband and I are retired school teachers. We've spent many decades dealing with the public, educating people, dealing with people, meeting and greeting people. We really liked that. And when we retired, a little bit before we retired, we were looking for the next phase of our life and what to do. And we had this farm here, and we called in the girls. We have 3 daughters, and they're all married. We have 3 son-in-laws, and we have 7 grandchildren now. And we had a family meeting and decided that one of the things that we could do would be to start an agritourism venture. We have a whole generation now that doesn't know where their food comes from, that doesn't know different kinds of trees, that doesn't know that they're just a generation or 2 removed from the farm. So we decided that we would investigate that. And with the help of the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, the Department of Forestry, we found out more and more about growing Christmas trees. So we told the kids, we'll start out with 1 acre. If you'll clear it, we'll plant it. Then we cleared an acre and planted another acre. And then we worked ourselves to death. And then our Christmas trees became mature. It takes about 6-7 years for the average Christmas tree to become about 6 foot tall. I think it was around 2006 or so that we sold our first Christmas trees. A lot of people say, oh, but if you cut down a tree, aren't you really killing that tree? For every tree that's cut down, we plant 2 or 3 back in its place. So the Christmas trees that we have here are renewable resources, and they really contribute to the environment. We get a lot of oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange there that we would not have if we didn't have the tree farm. That's good for everybody. And then the trees help to hold the soil, so we're helping with soil erosion and conservation. Once the family goes up into the tree lots and selects that tree, they cut it down, and that's always fun. Some people have different techniques, but they all like to get in on that. And then these big long drag sleds, they put the tree in that. The kids usually ride in it on the way up to get the tree. They bring them down here, and then out here on the party porch, as we've called it, we have a tree shaker. And that we put the tree on there, and for the children we call that a tree dancer, and it dances out or shakes out any loose needles, and it also shakes out praying mantises. One of the ways our trees are organically grown, we don't use any artificial pesticides or fertilizer. We don't use colorant here. Everything is all natural, and a lot of times it will shake out praying mantises. And a lot of people don't know it, but praying mantises are one of the most helpful animals to us here on the farm. They actually eat the other harmful insects. And so when we shake out or dance out the praying mantises cocoons and the insects themselves, we save those and put them back in the other trees to further help us. Everything is used, and that's nothing, hardly anything is thrown away. Unfortunately, kind of gotten to be a throwaway society here in America. So we really like the fact that we're growing what we need and using all of what we need and providing a good service as well as a wonderful memory to people as we're going along. We thought, you know what, we'd really like to get in on having people here at the farm and sharing the activities on the farm more than just Christmas time. We'll have our house here, our tree house. We have our fields. We'll have our acres of trees. We have acres and acres of the forest here, and we should plant some pumpkins and some corn stalks and sorghum and things like that. And we should invite school children, which was our specialty for years and years, and their families here to the farm. So we got the building built, and we started planting the pumpkins, and of course the trees, we were planting more trees every year for the Christmas trees. We started having field trips in the fall. We had our hayride through our woods, incorporated our forestry. We would have school groups and church groups come in. We'd take them on our hayride through the forest, and we had labeled and named about 40 different trees. We taught them about the signs and symbols of Tennessee, because Tennessee history was always a great big thing for us that we really enjoyed. And we really wanted people to know their heritage here in Tennessee and to share in that heritage, and to know the trees, and to know what was growing in the garden and what it was called and what it was for and that sort of thing. We have really, really enjoyed it. The people who come are just the best people in the world. They're anxious to come and share and see what we've got going on here. It would be hard to decide who loved it more, the family here or the people that came. We really, really enjoyed that sort of thing. When we see people drive up, they're in a good mood, they're doing something with their families. We seldom see anybody with their phone unless it's taking pictures of their experiences here. And you can tell that they're so glad to be with their families. And not only do we have a multi-generational farm here, and our family is doing things that we like to do and share, but usually there's their grandma, their grandpa, their mom and dad, their children, their grandchildren, brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles. And so we're providing a place for them to come to do something with their family, and it just does our heart good.